himself open. So
thanks for joining us, Representative Noem.
That's right.
Let's talk a little bit about, it's getting close to the election next week, and first off, 2010, you got your first victory for the House of Representatives. Tell me, has the first 2 years in Washington, D.C., has it been a challenge? Is it what you expected, or is there some surprises?
You know, I didn't know what to expect because obviously I'd never served out there before. I just knew what we needed to get accomplished. So it has been quite a bit of a challenge. You know, when you look at the fact that South Dakota gets one person in the House with 435 other members, and we've got a lot of issues that this country needs to deal with. So I went out there focused on making sure that we were spending taxpayer dollars wisely, and that we were tightening our belt and didn't accumulate debt. And so we've had some small victories there. Have we accomplished the whole job? No. So we've still got more work to do. But we have cut spending the last 2 years, which is the first time since World War II.
Then right now you have the opportunity to tell our viewers, why should they vote for you to send you back to Washington, D.C.?
Well, I've been very humbled and honored to represent South Dakota the last 2 years. And we've got some challenges in front of us as a country. We need strong people who are willing to make sure that they're willing to address those and offer solutions. So I've never shied away from making sure that I defended South Dakota's position while also making sure that our country stays strong and our children have a chance at the American dream. So we need to protect our interests, have strong farm policy. We need to make sure that we have safety nets out there to get us through drought situations like we did this year. But also we need to be responsible. A lot of people in this country and across South Dakota pay a lot of money in taxes to the federal government, and we need to make sure that it's being spent wisely. So I would appreciate their vote. It would mean the world to me and my family, and I'd like to continue to work for them on their behalf.
As you know, in any political campaign, things get from opposition from one side to the other, get tossed back and forth. But those issues or those questions or those controversies have been pretty well addressed. What I'd like to talk to you about now is how it's reaching across the aisle in the House versus the Senate. How is that working out? How do you see or foresee maybe some changes with that?
Well, I have, ever since I've been there, worked that if I had a controversial bill that I was going to bring forward that I thought could cause some disagreement, I worked to make sure that I had a Democratic member sponsoring the bill with me. Because I don't think an idea should be a Republican idea or a Democrat idea. I think it should be a good idea. And that's something that I felt like I was able to do as an example of how we really need to bring these parties together to get things done. And we don't see it enough. And we certainly don't see it enough out of our leadership teams. So as we do that and continue to reach out and make sure that we're working together, I think it'll build relationships that'll help us get more done.
South Dakota being a small state, being the lone representative in the House, what is maybe the toughest issue you think South Dakota is facing, though, when it comes to D.C. politics?
Well, right now it's the Farm Bill. The fact that we don't have a Farm Bill done, which is basically just a safety net for our producers here in South Dakota. And the fact that so many members of the House just don't understand agriculture and don't understand the importance of that bill to make sure that every family in this country eats and that every family in this country has a safe food supply that's grown right here in the United States. For me, it's a national security issue. I think it's important that we continue as America to grow our own food and not depend on another country for that. So that's why I'm still working on that. But that's one of my biggest challenges because most of the members of the House are from urban areas.
Come election night, where will you be? Have you decided that?
Well, I'll be home in our community. I've got a vote in Hazel, South Dakota, and then that night we'll drive down to Sioux Falls. We've got a group of people that are getting together, and we'll watch the returns come in.
Thank you for being with us.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate the opportunity.